We're live.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
like a moment of silence as we reflect on tonight's business. Thank you. Julie, roll call, please.
Dr. Fellner.
Here.
Mr. Brown.
Here.
Mr. Gribble.
Here.
Mr. Richard.
Here.
Mr. Strickler.
Here.
Mr. Watkins.
Here.
Mr. Weber.
Here.
Mr. Woodmansey.
Here.
Elected officials.
Mayor Satterfield.
Here.
Auditor Wade.
Here.
Director of Law Bear.
Here.
Treasurer Pittman.
Here.
Safety Service Director Ward.
Ms. Ward is not going to be in attendance this evening. First item on the agenda is minutes from our last regular meeting. If there are no additions or corrections, Mr. Strickler makes the motion to approve the minutes as presented. Mr. Gribble seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Minutes are accepted. Next item is to approve the agenda. There are two ordinances that need to be added to the agenda. First ordinance is 2026-22.
I'll make a motion.
Mr. Weber makes the motion to add, seconded by Mr. Strickler. Roll call.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Gribble.
Yes.
Mr. Richard.
Yes.
Mr. Strickler.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Mr. Weber.
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey.
Yes.
Motion carries and ordinance 2026-22 is added. Second item to be added is ordinance 2026-24. Mr. Watkins makes the motion, Mr. Woodmansey seconds to add it to the agenda. Roll call.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Gribble.
Yes.
Mr. Richard.
Yes.
Mr. Strickler.
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Mr. Weber.
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey.
Yes.
Motion carries, and now I need a motion to approve the amended agenda. Mr. Weber makes the motion. Mr. Gribble seconds. Roll call.
That's all in favor.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, amended agenda is approved. First item is citizens desiring to address council. Louise, you're up.
Good evening. I just want to reiterate my questions previously about the status of Harding Way East Street being taken care of, and I know it's early, but I just want to know what's in the plan. Also, the situation with all of the tractor trailers that are parked on the old Colby lot. There's tons of them.
There was a committee, either a committee meeting or a council meeting in the last month where we discussed roads that were being paved, and that was a discussion point. Harding Way East, where the old water damage was, that was a discussion point at the time. I don't know, Mr. Satterfield, do you have a
Answer hasn't changed in 3 months.
Yeah, we're still that's going to be part of that process. Of repairing once the repairs start for the year.
Okay.
I will speak on that one. I know he's not here. Brian, I'm sure you've had here. That's more than just a mill 2 inches off and overlay it. There's obviously settling there from a sewer project.
It's like this when you go down the street.
And they can take that asphalt off tomorrow and put it down again at the same time and give it 3 months, we'll do it again. We have to do this properly. So you're going to have to be patient on that one. Just because of that, I believe that excavation was over 16 feet deep when they made that one. So you can imagine the compaction that's happening there with all the tractor trailers and everything. It wasn't done right from the beginning, and we're paying the price for it, obviously. So I'm just gonna ask that, yes, we will work on it. Yes, you have been here multiple times, and I appreciate that for, staying with it. But like Ryan said, the plants haven't even started opening up yet. They're not ready. They're still making the repairs for their annual opening. But when that does happen, I'm hoping that Nikki and Brian and whoever sits down and discusses getting that patch job made, we have to go in there and make sure we got no patch it. Otherwise, we're gonna have the same thing again. So
Do you have an estimate
on,
when they may?
I have no clue. I'm out on that part of it. I just wanted to make it clear it's not just peel the asphalt off and put new over it.
And I agree.
It'll be the same thing again,
Right.
and that will really upset me if we make that decision.
Yeah.
So.
When he says the plants aren't open yet, the asphalt plants, the asphalt plants haven't started making asphalt for this season.
Right.
So we have to wait, we have to follow
Okay,
the process.
I understand that. Yeah. Okay. Anything on the tractor trailer issue?
Still working on it.
Whose property is that?
The building inspector has been trying to make contact with the owner, has gotten messages back and forth, they're working on it.
Are there any discussions of possible fencing?
Eric's gonna make them comply with the ordinance.
What was that?
The building inspector is gonna make sure that he's compliant with our ordinances and our zoning.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda, there's some presentations regarding use of funds that made available from the opioid settlement. Before we get started, I want to lay a couple of little information out. One, this ordinance that we have before us is merely to let the mayor make the decision on the money distribution. So nothing tonight is going to influence or, it has nothing to do with the council decision. I'm going to hold the presentation to 5 minutes each, like we do for citizens requiring to address council. I know that there's been some, Carrie gave a great folder here, but and I'm sure we'll be all interested in looking at it, but it's the mayor that's going to ultimately make that decision. So with that being said, the first organization is May Justice Solutions.
We've already done our presentations. You're welcome.
While we're handing out packets to the members of the city council, just to let you know what you're getting. You're getting 2 sheets. First sheet, since we spent an entire presentation in great detail telling you what we're bringing to the community, the first sheet pretty much is a summary of how the programs will measure up or match the requirements of the opioid One Ohio settlement. Okay, so that you can see which actual services actually match what are the requirements. Because as a summary of how we got here, we had gone through the finance committee and we'd come to council, and we had asked for $57,000 in there, and we were asked, well, why that? And long story short, I had mentioned that because we had more programs that were billable for opioid One Ohio settlement funds than we had funds here in Galion. And so I was asked can you show us a budget? What does that look like? So I have pulled everything from the budget that is related to the opioid settlement. That only, okay? So after you get that second one, and after I offer this over, we've got a full list of the budget, which and actually how it's broken down. We have a program area, allowable use category alignment with the One Ohio settlement, and its cost components. And then finally, its annual cost. So this is a one-year budget that we're talking about. Before I kind of get rolling, one thing that also came up in the last council meeting was that we were wondering about when we were going to get building, so on and so forth. One of the things about these particular programs, when we look at it, it doesn't matter if we have a building. We can run these programs with or without these buildings. So it really doesn't matter. That's really not a something that is relevant to running these programs. But anyway, May Justice Solutions is requesting $57,000 out of the budget, but our budget is for $148,000 for opiate fund activities. So our related opiate settlement requirements. So in this, we are implementing recovery stabilization, peer support services, and workforce participation programs here locally in Galion. Okay, the purpose of the funds aligns directly with the opioid abatement strategies. Okay, and we look at things and you'll see there are a lot of patterns in what type of services are provided. We have things like linkage to care. We have relapse prevention and programming, workforce readiness, things that support the individual in recovery. We have developed a realistic one-year program budget, approximately $148,000. The $57,000 request represents about 38% of the total program cost. The requested for $57,000 is the total amount of the opioid settlement funds currently available to the city of Galion. And our program design demonstrates that these funds can be fully appropriately deployed toward allowable opioid abatement uses. We've already secured community donations and in-kind contributions. We are actively pursuing additional philanthropic and grant funding sources to support the broader program infrastructure. The opioid settlement funding specifically supports direct recovery services that reduce relapse risk and improve long-term stability for individuals impacted by opioid misuse. Okay, so the research consistently shows that the first several months following treatment or justice involvement represent the highest risk period for relapse and overdose. Without structured support, individuals often cycle through emergency services, hospitals, and our justice system, which results in a large cost for our local economy. Peer support, navigation, recovery programs, and workforce stabilization services are recognized positive factors in improved recovery engagement and reduce repeat crisis utilization. By investing in early recovery stabilization, the community can reduce the long-term costs associated with repeated emergency response while strengthening workforce participation and community stability. Our approach is intentionally measured and responsible. We're starting at a modest scale, leveraging multiple funding sources and focusing specifically on allowable opioid abatement services. So, looking at the actual budget, you see that we have costs for things like, coordinators' wages, supervision support, group facilitation, peer software instruction, resume assistance, internet allocation, workbooks, training materials, intake coordination, scheduling, referring, tracking, documentation, utilities, maintenance, education materials, outreach printing, volunteer coordination materials, executive oversight, compliance review, financial tracking, and volunteer onboarding materials, training, scheduling, coordination. There are a lot of parts to these programs that we had talked about. And that is so that we do have a cost breakdown for you. So, do you have any questions?
Appreciate your presentation. Eric, you need,
Yeah, I do have a couple of questions. The expenses that you have here, the annual cost expenses that you have, appears that, I was just kind of looking through them, is it safe to say that the majority of the expenses are reoccurring, annual expenses?
Yes, there will be. And the idea is that this gets us started, but because we are bringing in money from grants and from the local community, local businesses, that this would not be needed as an ongoing program, maintaining type funding.
Have you been awarded grants?
Yes.
Are they annual grants?
Yes, we work with Crawford Foundation and Crawford Partnership. We're working in Richland County, the Mill Iron Foundation. We do have a large funding avenue, but since we are building here locally, that's the reason why because I've done the research, I've been working on these funds now for about a year. We were waiting for the new administration to come in so we could actually apply for these funds. So like I said, we do have awards now. Some of them should be listed on our website. We're funded also like through local VFWs and the Legions and things because we do serve the veteran community as well. It's not only those that are in substance use. I know that this is the opioid settlement. This is for people that have been targeted, but there is veterans that also suffer from opioid addiction and different things too. So we serve a lot
Of the
different-
grants that you have been already awarded,
Yes.
what is the delta between what you already have versus your annual costs?
What we have in, we've been awarded about 15,000 so far. What we have in that should hit by the end of next month. We have one in for 50,000. We have another one in for 125,000. I have not started the federal platform yet as we are building out our pretty much our targeted budget to get there. We are a 501c3. We are registered through SAMS. We partner with multiple entities. We're working with the Avita Foundation.
You're a 501c3?
Yes.
Is that, because I was on the state website and you're not listed as a nonprofit on the state website. Do you have?
Proof,
Do
documentation?
you have the documentation?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. And actually, I could pull it up right now for you if you'd like, but I do have the documentation. I'm not sure if any,
Okay.
yes.
It's not needed now.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not necessary at the moment. I was just curious. On your website, you list Millsboro Road Project?
That was the one that we were trying to get beforehand.
What
That
happened
website
there?
should have been updated and that should have been removed.
It wasn't? What happened there?
Well, that's actually a factory and they want $1.1 million for it. So to renovate that was like a $3 to $4 million project, and that's a little out of our scope first, especially since we've been working this last year with with the Port Authority over the church property. It was more conducive to what we were building, especially since our business is registered here in Galion. So I've kind of backed out from that property. Our website, I haven't really updated it. I did the website myself, so I know I'm not a tech guru. I'm not the best. So, but yes, we got the website up and running. Millizer Road, the old church directories building was one that we were trying to go after because the building was available, but it's only the building. And they wanted $6,000 a month for rent for it, and it's uninhabitable.
Okay.
So I've looked at that, and we moved on, and I've been working on the church property since.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And I can get you that documentation today, tomorrow, or I can send it to your email if you'd like.
Yeah, that would be good. It's not urgent, but thank you.
Sure, yeah.
Thank you for providing this information. Outside of this, we can make that decision and then it'll be up to the mayor to make that decision on where that funds go. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
thanks. Second organization is Abilities in Action.
Hi, guys. So, good evening. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here. My name is Kara, and I work with Abilities in Action. We've been serving individuals in this community since 2012, providing employment services through Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities and the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. I'm here tonight to talk about something that we are already seeing every day in our work. Individuals in our community who are in recovery from substance use disorder and are trying to rebuild their lives through employment. Right now, about 10% of the individuals that we serve have a diagnosed substance use disorder. We're helping them find jobs, prepare for interviews, and maintain employment. But the reality is that our staff have not had specialized training to fully support the complexity that comes with recovery. What we see is individuals want to work, employers are willing to hire, but without the right support, people struggle to maintain that employment long term. And when that happens, it impacts not just the individual, but the workforce, local businesses, and the community as a whole. This proposal is not creating a new program. It's strengthening something that already exists. We already provide job development, work directly with employers in Galion and Crawford County, support individuals on job sites, and help maintain employment long term. What this funding does allow is for us to do that work better for individuals in recovery. In the first year, we anticipate successfully supporting at least 10 Galion residents from initial engagement through 90 days of stable employment. But more importantly, this is funding not just for those 10 individuals. It is being used to reinforce the infrastructure that already exists within our agency through staff training, employer engagement, and stronger community partnerships. Because of that, the impact of this project will extend well beyond the first year. It will increase our ability long-term to support a higher percentage of individuals with substance use disorder to successful case closure. This is an investment not just in immediate outcomes, but improving the quality and effectiveness of services for years to come. This project directly aligns with the intent of the opioid settlement funding by focusing on recovery support, prevention of relapse, and long-term stability for employment. Abilities in Action over the past 3 years has successfully managed over $1.5 million in federal and state funded projects. We've maintained strong compliance with state and federal oversight. We've had no audit findings, and we have the highest level of accreditation with CARF, the Commission on Rehabilitation Facilities. We're already funded through state and federal programs, and we already have the staff, the infrastructure, and the relationships in place. And this is a big investment. With that, we expect to serve these individuals in the first year, but the infrastructure employment improvements will continue to benefit future participants. The amount of funding designated is substantial, but decreases over time as those improvements continue to be utilized. When compared to the cost of unemployment, relapse, emergency services, and lost workforce participation, this is cost effective. So all services supported through this funding are focused exclusively on Galion residents. This means more individuals working locally, more support for local employers, stronger partnerships within the community, and increased economic participation. Studies from the National Library of Medicine and the Centers for Disease Control show that employment is one of the strongest predictors of recovery success. It is directly linked to lower relapse rates, reduced criminal activity, and better long-term outcomes. So we're asking for your support in making this investment in both recovery and workforce development for Galion residents. And I did get to talk to Brian a little bit, I think 2 weeks ago, and I did prepare a folder for you guys to take a look at. Brian also has one. There's a couple different tabs in there. So we kind of just go over the purpose and then our agency a little bit, then some past projects and experience that we have. And then there's a program overview that talks really more in depth about what I'm hopeful to do with a projected impact, and then how we can be accountable and have a partnership with the city. So whether that means continued reporting to council, semi-annually, annually, quarterly, to kind of talk through where we're at to show that kind of ongoing commitment. I have a use of funds and then a breakdown of the budget along with the budget narrative. In the back, we have an accreditation letter, a letter from the Secretary of State to show that we're in good standing, our insurance coverage, our Bureau of Workers' Comp certificate, a line of credit with the bank to show that we have money to cover payroll expenses or anything that may incur, our W-9, and then just showing that we're all up to date on our unemployment and state taxes. We are not a nonprofit. We're a for-profit.
I have a question here, Kara. So why all of a sudden you've known these funds have been there, and all of a sudden you decided to come up after so long? I mean, no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious because.
So I think I was on council before, so I don't think that I would have been able to get the funds. I think if I would have been in my conflict of interest.
Gotcha.
And I really didn't
Have you been down this road before with the recovery side of it?
Yeah, so right now we work with all sorts of individuals with disabilities. We've worked with the Recovery to Work program with the AdVantage Board in the past, and we're funded largely through Opportunities for Ohioans with Disabilities, and substance use disorder is a disability that we support. So we have that kind of experience, and we know that population, but there's just so much to it. And this funding would really allow us to put a lot of funding into our staff for training. There's a 40-hour preliminary training that I think would be great for the staff to work with and help them learn a little bit more about terminology, complexity of care, different levels of care, working as a team, and then also money for outreach, getting out into the community, to the facilities here in town, doing those third Thursdays and going to the health fairs and getting info out about this. So that's kind of where that money is going to go in our proposal.
Yeah, and like I said, the question was just because all of a sudden, money got exposed. And I'm not saying right or wrong, doesn't matter. Somebody's going to ask that question, so
Yeah. Well,
that's this guy. I'll ask any question.
Yeah,
I'm not afraid.
And I think too, sometimes you don't always think of it until someone else starts talking about
Yeah,
it.
no, like I said, not going to point fingers as to why, and you're right. Maybe when your previous term that maybe you wouldn't have been able to accept. I don't know. Not that just, it's a coincidence that Eric asked the previous for detailed information and you arrived with detailed information. So,
I have a very detailed information.
yes,
I forget.
so, how convenient.
I do lots of talking. Yeah.
But, no, thank you for what you did though.
All right.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.
Just a point on that, she actually passed that out to us at our community meeting.
Gotcha. Nice.
Next group is Crawford Prevention Coalition.
Yes, thank you. I'm Christy Eckert, and I am the coalition coordinator for the Marion Crawford prevention programs for the Crawford Prevention Coalition. Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm sorry. So we're.
I'm so.
You were, I'm so sorry. So this is just a brief little handout. I provided this to Mayor Satterfield as well, but we are a certified prevention agency that focuses on specifically youth prevention, youth substance use prevention. If we can nip the problem in the bud before it happens, give kids those skills to deal with stress, et cetera, we can help them to not develop those issues in adulthood. So we're prevention-based. The coalition does do a variety of different things, and we've kind of spelled out for you a variety of events. So last year, our agency, which we are a nonprofit, we serve Marion and Crawford counties, but we did receive a one-year opioid grant. We did apply for 3 years, and we did not get that. We got 1 year. So these are a variety of programs that I would love to share. I won't go into detail, but they're all around prevention and even recovery, stigma reduction, around recovery, all of those kinds of things. So these are all events that we have had in the past and we'd like to continue to be able to expand upon. But without funding, that's not always an option. We're primarily grant funded. We're funded by the Adam Board. A lot of those funds have continued to be cut over the last few years. And so that's why we are proposing this. We do have a really strong youth-led prevention, and I'm going to let Laura briefly describe the youth-led prevention, and then we have a few of our kids that actually participate in youth-led to share some things with you.
Hi, I'm Laura Bessler, the Associate Director for Marion Crawford Prevention Programs, and we pride ourselves on the fact that we're at all the schools in Crawford County, high schools, middle schools. We have groups called Teen Institute, Junior Teen Institute, TIJTI. I don't know if you've heard of those programs, hopefully. And we believe in youth-led. Youth, listen to other youth. It's an evidence-based strategy. So we have some of our leaders here. I'm going to let them tell you more about some of the programming and some of the opportunities they've had through TI. But I know that over 4,000 students in Crawford County last year were impacted by Teen Institute programs and JTI programs. So a lot of times we have our high school go into middle school and serve as role models and do different education pieces. Then the middle school goes into the elementary school and they do different programming because, again, you listen to youth and then they serve as role models too. So I'm going to let them introduce themselves and tell you more about some of the things and then.
I'm Miley. I'm a senior at Galion High School.
I'm Kayla. I'm a junior at Galion.
I'm Zachary Early. I'm a senior at Galion High School. Some things about TI, it really helps young kids like us learn a lot about substance and negative effects that it can apply. Especially me being the oldest of my family and being a big brother to a brother and sister, it helps me be a better role model. It also teaches me that it can have negative effects on you, like, because I'm an athlete, it can affect me through sports. It can make it to where I can't do what I love. It can affect me during school. So this program really helped me view why substance abuse is very bad and why it can help out and we can help out younger kids view why substance is bad. And as of what they said, it can help younger kids at a young age understand the meaning and the badness of substance.
Thank you for coming. It's okay.
Yes. Spit it out, Miley. You got this.
This program has helped me shape into who I am and what I want to be when I'm older. I want to come back and be a teacher and help young kids out at Galion.
And without violating any HIPAA regulations, I can attest Miley had a perfect checkup today.
So one of the asks of the $15,000 is funding the youth rally, and Kayla is going to talk a little bit about some of our programming at school. She's going to talk about youth rally and every day, and just like kind of reminding her about what she was going to say.
The third day is about being drug free and helping younger kids out.
A rally. Is that, what did you guys do?
We play games, we go in front of them, talk to them, try to get them engaged. We did like what's in the box, they like stick their hands in, they like guess, and they have to get facts right to be able to do it. And we had like little groups, and you would talk to the little groups one-on-one, play games, help them understand how dangerous it is, and you can always say no if someone asks you to go do something. No is always an option.
So the youth rally, it touches about 200 and some kids in the county, but that's one of our events. Another event that we're really proud of at the coalition is our amplified expressions of our journey. This year will be our 4th annual, and that's where we take individuals who are in recovery in the area. We partner them with artists, and then artists create a piece of art around their story. So the goal is to reduce that stigma around recovery. We know that for individuals to get into recovery is not always easy. There's a lot of stigma around that, but then also in staying in recovery and sharing their story, as peers to promote others to get into recovery. And that's a very hopeful event. It's yes, we're talking about some struggles and journeys, but the idea is to focus on the hope and the resilience that comes out of that. That's a very impactful event, and we do that at the Galion Community Theater. They've been a partner for us. Again, another item that we did this year in the Prom Promise. So the kids have items that we're giving them, and the kids plan this. So when we do youth-led, they plan this. They know better how to talk to a youth than we do. They can relate. So they plan the giveaways, they plan each event at their school and encourage their peers on prom night specifically, but as well as around graduation time. This year, a number of our kids did radio spots, so you may hear those on the Bucyrus radio station. They talk to parents about not allowing kids to consume in their household. We also, each of the schools are doing some all calls to the families around that prom promise. sharing what they have shared with their peers to the parents. We really do use these kids to get the message out because, again, kids are going to listen to them before they're going to listen to old people like us. We are working very closely with WIC and Help Me Grow. We are also trying to look at younger prevention. In the past, prevention primarily was middle school, high school, because that's when substances were introduced. We're also seeing substances getting introduced at a much younger age, but if we can build these kids' skills when they're younger, their self-confidence, their resilience, their refusal skills, just support them younger, the likelihood of them developing use disorders in adulthood is much less common. It's a lot less. It's reduced significantly. So understanding, our goal is to prevent substance use. We are a certified agency, so we have to go through kind of a rigorous course. We have to take basically a state board exam, and we have to do 40 plus hours of continuing ed to stay certified prevention specialists. So we do work in evidence-based practices. So everything we do has data to say this will work, this will help. So I think that's really important to understand as well. I think that, yeah, Keith.
So you have an impressive list of coalition partners, but Christy, do you guys have an office presence in Galion? Not that that's required.
Yeah. Yes, we do. We rent space from the United Church of Christ on Harding Way. So that allows me to be in the community at least 3 to 4 days a week. So I'm over here often. And I have not been able to, that grant that we got last year allowed me to focus on Crawford County. So for many years I was doing both Marion and Crawford. Now I'm just in Crawford and the office is in Galion, yes. We do, Todd, sorry.
Kudos to your students. It takes a lot to come into a group that you don't know. But more importantly, for you guys to talk to your peers about prevention is probably harder than you coming into this group. So kudos to you guys.
I would like to say that I think it would be much easier if there was a lot more money out there to distribute. We have 3 obviously qualified candidates sitting here that are asking for funding. Brian, can you pull that out of your pocketbook? With that being said, thank you for that information. That's awesome to know that it's in the schools. I think we would all sit here and support all 3 of them, and the funding, that's up to someone else to distribute that, but we would definitely support that. So, thank you.
How long has the Prevention Coalition been in place? I don't know.
So the Prevention Coalition has been in place about 7.5 years. And it's, like I said, it's been growing. For a long time I was in Marion and Crawford, like I said, so it was harder to just focus on one coalition. So it's only been the last year that I've been just in Crawford County.
And maybe you could answer the question that Josh asked Ms. Hall. What made you decide to request the funding?
So we weren't sure. We did not know that there was money that hadn't been claimed. So when there was an article in the Enquirer that we are funded by the Adam Board. The Adam Board works closely with the county commissioners. A lot of their funding, they have been in talks. And so for us to go around the Adam Board was not a wise idea. So we weren't sure what was even out there, and that wasn't information we had been given. Like I said, we primarily focus on or are funded by grants and the Adam Board.
Mr. Bear?
I just wanted to say thank you again for coming. I remember Teen Institute at Galion in high school. I know these things are difficult. Public speaking gets better with practice, but by the same token, the things you do for the next 10, 20 years, for me it's been about 20 now, they stack up. I have people from my graduating class. I know out of Galion at least 3 attorneys who graduated with me. I know medical doctors. I've had overdose deaths. I've got a guy, I'm looking at some of my files for next week. I've got a guy a little bit younger than me. Meth has ruined his life and he's back in court again. And so you will see these things do stack up. The same things, those good decisions incrementally made over time will make a huge difference in 20 years. You might be sitting in any of these spots. If you make bad decisions, frankly, it just can get terrible and drugs is one of the fastest ways to do that.
You guys nailed it. Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks.
It's nice to see that you've got the rehab side of it, but we've also got the trying to prevent it.
Sure.
So it's not
Sure.
all just going after money for the rehab side. There is a group out there trying to help prevent it at a young age. I mean, I don't expect care or anybody's age, their company to go into the schools, but when you got high schoolers running around that are doing this, I think that's really, we gotta catch them at a young age. So thank
And I
you.
can tell you that these three did a really good job tonight, but I can also tell you that they can talk pretty freely when they're not in this kind of.
None of them are shy.
Yeah, they've all worked for me, so I've been around. Very nice, you guys did a good job.
Again, thank you very much, everyone, for the presentation. We're going to continue on with our council meeting. You guys may be excused if you wish. You can get up and leave at any time. You won't be interrupting, nor will you embarrass yourself by doing so. So if you've got previous commitments,
Thank you.
all right, first item of legislation is ordinance 2026-18. Julie?
Ordinance number 2026-18 entitled Ordinance Amending Section 351.14 of the Galion Codified Ordinances as it pertains to parking more than 24 hours.
Third reading on this one. We allowed for feedback and it's time to make a decision. Any discussion?
Do we have any feedback? Or anybody ever hear
I was
anything?
just gonna say, I have not heard anything.
Brian, nothing? I mean, kind of expected, but at least you're given the opportunity, right?
Sure.
Perfect.
Take a motion.
Yes, Mr. Watkins makes the motion to pass ordinance 2026-18. Mr. Richard seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Mr. Richard.
Yes.
Mr. Strickler.
Yes.
Mr. Weber.
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey.
Yes.
Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Mr. Gribble.
Yes.
Motion carries. Yes, sir.
So because there's no emergency on this, what's the timeline, Julie? 30 days?
Yes.
Okay. So it doesn't take effect tomorrow.
Nope.
When it's signed by myself and Mr. Bear and everything is good, then it's 30 days after. So
Yeah.
there's, again, don't expect the 48 or the 72 hours to happen overnight, but I think it's a good one.
Very good. Second item on the agenda is ordinance 2026-19, second reading.
Ordinance number 2026-19 entitled an ordinance amending ordinance number 2025-52 permanent 2026 appropriations by appropriating and transferring funds in various funds and declaring an emergency.
And I believe that is appropriate for tonight's discussion. We allowed, we went to second reading. Any thoughts about letting it go for another one?
I was getting ready to say, Mr. President, members, we've had a nice presentation. As Mr. President indicated, it's not our decision to pick this. Brian is an excellent person and everything. I wouldn't want to be making these choices in this case, but I don't think we should hold this up in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to make a motion to move, excuse me.
I just got a question. How long after this is approved is the funds available? In 30 days because it's not an emergency, or is it? No, it would, if you guys passed it and because it is an emergency, the funds would be available as soon as we get to the auditor's office to get it in the, it's computer strokes, so.
Got it.
Yeah, it becomes available
Tomorrow, 2 days from now, a week, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, everybody just needs to sign it. It's good to
Right.
go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I did have a comment. I'm glad that we waited this out, had this conversation. I think it's I don't think we would have had others that would have known and were aware. It was evident that when the school was here that they were not aware that it was available, and by delaying it, I think we opened up opportunity to maybe touch more people. So my hope is that that happens.
I think one thing we can be assured of, that the money will be not go to waste. It will not be an expenditure that's thrown away. So if I'm reading you, Mr. Richard, you are making a motion to suspend the rules and proceed to the final reading. Is that correct?
Ordinance, yes, for ordinance 2026-19. Correct, thank you.
And we have a second.
Second.
Mr. Brown seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Motion carries. Rules are suspended. And we'll proceed to the final reading. Yes, sir.
Make sure there's no questions on section 3.
I was just going to raise that point.
Because we're focused on section 2 there with 57,000, but again, just to reiterate, this is because we found out the pavement, the project on Portland Way and how it was funded. This is just repaying the debt, so it's paying all on the 201 instead of splitting it between 201 and 608. So we're just moving some money so that the debt in Fund 201 will be paid out of the correct fund. So.
And with that, I need a motion to pass. Mr. Strickland makes the motion. And Mr. Woodmansey seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Is that a yes?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Motion carries, and ordinance 2026-19 passes. Next item was voted on to the agenda, ordinance 2026-22. Julie?
Ordinance number 2026-2022, entitled ordinance authorizing the Safety Service Director to purchase under the state purchasing program pursuant to revised code 125.04B without competitive bidding, an international truck with snow plow and spreader, and an international dump truck for the street department through BAPCC LLC, and declaring emergency.
Yes, sir.
This is voted on tonight. However, we did budget for this last year. So this one and the next one they were both part of the budget that we passed as a council that Mike and I were on. So I just wanted to point that out before we get too far.
Mr.
Well,
Woodmansey?
I want to make a comment, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, but we will be extremely fortunate if we were even receive this truck this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think Andy's working on that, but we have to get it in the mix.
We have to get this going because these things, to get a truck is one thing. To get them fabricated is a whole nother.
It's called waiting.
Yes, and you're just getting in line, as Brian said. So I personally feel that we've already appropriated, or you guys have already, it's in the budget, it's ready to roll. They're not getting us blindsided or anything else. I think we need to go ahead and suspend the rules on this one and get it moved on to the final reading so we can get this thing taken care of. That is a motion. I'll make that motion.
Second that
Woodmansey makes the motion, and Mr. Strickler seconds for the suspension of the rules.
Be all invigorated. Okay. All right. You said who was first?
Mr. Woodmansey
And then
makes the
Strickler?
motion, and Mr. Strickler
Okay.
seconds.
All right. I almost put that. Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Vote carries 7-0. Now on to ordinance passing. Mr. Richard makes the motion to pass ordinance 2026-22.
Correct.
I'll second that.
Mr. Brown seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
And ordinance 2026-22 passes. Next item, ordinance 2026-24. Julie?
Ordinance number 2026-24, entitled Ordinance Authorizing the Safety Service Director to Purchase under the State Purchasing Program pursuant to Revised Code 125.04B without competitive bidding, a case backhoe for the street department, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Woodman?
Once again, I think we need to get this going. Eric was budgeted for it. This is no secret here. It's needed. The only disappointment I have is they went with Case again, but you know, whatever. City budget we expect, right? So, but no, with that being said, you know, and Brian, do we know, are we keeping, I know this probably think the answer, we still gonna hold on to the ones we have. We're not disposing of any, right?
Not aware that we are.
Okay.
And the big difference between the two is that we're financing the lease option on the dump trucks. This is being outright purchase. So.
But with that being said, I would like to go ahead and make a motion to suspend the rules on ordinance number 2026-24.
Mr. Woodman makes the motion. Mr. Watkins seconds the suspension. Julie?
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Motion carries. Now I need a motion to pass ordinance 2026-24. Mr. Watkins makes the motion and Mr. Brown seconds. Julie?
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
The motion passes and ordinance 2026-24 on the books. Next, two items are tied together or are similar. Anyway, 2026-26.
Ordinance number 2026-26, entitled Ordinance to Provide for the Question to the Electors of the City of Galion, Ohio, shall the terms of office be changed from 2-year terms to 4-year staggered terms for the legislative authority pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 731.03B at the general election to be held November 3rd, 2026.
Mr. Bear?
I know we've discussed this some, and I know it's gone through committee now. I've tried to draw up as best I can language. We talked about creating, instead of having the entire city council up every 2 years and potentially having a shift of the entire council at once, this is a way to create 4-year staggered terms. As I described before, when we were first talking about the idea, the council president, which is the next one, has to be his own issue separate from the remaining council members. Once he becomes a 4-year term, it's a 4-year term. I thought there's multiple ways you could do it, but it made the most sense to me was to make it half and half. So put the 3 at-larges together with the council president, and then put the 4 wards together so it's not confusing on which ward is up in an election. To create the stagger, you have to have one election where some people run for a 4-year term, some people run for one final 2, and then 2 years later the 4 years start. Honestly, if it seems a little confusing in the next 2 years, it gets easier afterwards when I see vacancies. Honestly, the question is so confusing, I look it up every time. It seems really confusing when it happens, but basically, when you get back to everyone running for full terms after you do the initial piece, it makes a lot of sense. I would say, ideally, if you do both, I would say to the voters, you're going to get to decide this. So I think if you guys pass this and get it quickly, the one reason I wouldn't mind getting this done a little bit sooner rather than later, I have been in communication with the Board of Elections. There is a small chance that this goes through this way, it's going to get to the state, and the state's going to say they wanted some mystery form that I could not locate, the local Board of Elections could not locate. I want to make sure we get it in before the August deadline if there's any glitches. If this turns out to be the wrong form and me and the mayor working together cannot get them what they want and has to come back, I may, if it turns out there's form XYZ at the state that we have to do, I may have to come back again. I'll be honest, I've also talked with the law director of Bucyrus. I believe they're going to be using basically the same thing. I think both the cities of Galion and Bucyrus are going to have this issue on in November to try to do the same thing we're doing and follow us.
Given the information shared by the law director, I'd like to suspend the rules.
Oh, we got a question. I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to comment that the auditor's position and the treasurer's position are staggered. So the auditor's position started this year for a 4-year term. The treasurer has 2 more years on her term. So every 2 years, one of us will get for election.
Mr. Bartlett?
I want to also mention that we, going this route instead of alternate routes that we might have, we won't have to worry. We won't have an increase in the amount of how often yard signs are out for everybody in town. It's going to stay very similar as it is today, as far as every 2 years. And so it's not set up in a place where every year during a certain time, we're going to have, it's going to be at least a biannual like it's always been. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Could potentially be less yard signs, you never know.
It'll be half of you at a time.
Yeah, half of us at a time, so it will be less, yes.
I think the only place there might be some confusion is, will people expect to see names on those 4 for November 27th? Or will they realize it's just for the office and not wonder why so-and-so's name's not listed for council president? And do you think that might be an issue? I'm totally in favor of this. I think this is awesome.
Oh, you mean how it appears on the ballot?
Right.
Oh, there may be confusion on how it's on the ballot as far as, are you for the change or against the change? And they're gonna wanna know why 1 through 4 is, I guess it just depends on how it appears on the ballot.
I think it's up to us to get proper, do the best we can. Facebook page on the city, try to get as much understanding as possible.
Because none of you are up in November, so.
Right, no, we're not,
Yeah.
no, nobody's up, but this just allows continuity.
Yeah.
Like you said, instead of changing an entire council out in one election, this allows
It's a
staggering.
great thing to do.
Yeah, knowledge to be passed, and at least there's no lame duck per se for council at the end of a 2-year term, which if all could potentially be swapped out, the last few months of work would just be like, running through the motion, no one cares, you just allow the next administration to handle it. This just keeps progress moving, and nothing slows down that way. We just heard we had issues of people waiting for the next administration to come in, and that shouldn't even be the case. It should just keep going. There should be no waiting. This is what it's going to be. So I think this is the best way to go about it.
Sunday?
I was going to say, like everything on this, because I'm one of the few people that were here when this changed from one government to the other. And this was discussed at one point, but because of other issues at the time, it was kind of tabled. I think this is great you're doing this, and I'd like to be able to give, I think we need to pass this tonight, so that way it'll give Mr. Bear plenty of time if there is issues, and the mayor plenty of time if there is issues to work through those, so this can be presented to the voters. So with that statement, I'm going to make a motion to suspend the rules of ordinance 2026-26 and move it to the final reading.
Mr. Richard, eloquent motion to suspend the rules. Mr. Watkins, or sure. Yes, Mr. Watkins, second. Well, you had your hand up before.
I know. You just said what I said.
Julie, roll call.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Suspension of the rules passes. Now we need a motion to pass the ordinance. Mr. Weber makes that motion. Pass ordinance 2026-26. Mr. Brown seconds. Julie?
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
And the motion carries. And ordinance 2026-26 passes. Next item is 2026-27. Similar, do you have anything to say about that, Mr. Bear?
Ordinance number
I'm sorry, but
20
let you read it first.
Ordinance number 2026-27, entitled "An Ordinance to Provide for the Question to the Electors of the City of Galion, Ohio, shall the term of office be changed from a 2-year term to a 4-year term for the President of the Legislative Authority pursuant to Ohio Revised Code Section 733.09B at the general election to be held November 3rd, 2026.
I'll limit my comments mostly that you'll have both questions because this is what the revised code requires us to do. It is 2 pieces and 2 issues, but they're designed to create the same goal. The only other thing, if this passes tonight with both of these, I'll try to get everything, hopefully we'll get everything signed. I will try to deliver these to the Board of Elections myself tomorrow when I go to court.
Very good.
Just observation, Julie, in section 2, under the second paragraph, it just says change from 2 years to 4 years with a small little F typo. I don't know if that matters. For the language, we just remove the F.
The second paragraph?
It's section 2, so it's desired, and it says a majority affirmative necessary for passage shall the term of office of president.
Oh, okay, yep, I see
The
it.
little F that
Okay.
made its way into the.
I'll get it out, and that's fine, because it's on the other page, so I can reprint it.
Okay.
And it's not on the signature page.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we'll probably need to, I don't know, does that need,
Why don't we get a motion to amend to eliminate typos, please?
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
Mr. Gribble makes the motion to amend the typographical error.
I'll say.
Mr. Weber seconds.
okay.
Roll call.
So, Mr. Gribble,
Yes.
Mr. Weber,
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Richard,
Yes.
Mr. Strickler,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Motion carries. Have we suspended? Where
No,
are
we
here?
couldn't have done that if we hadn't.
All right. I need a motion to suspend the rules on this. Mr. Brown?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2026-27 and move to a final vote.
Mr. Brown makes the motion.
Second.
Mr. Weber seconds. Julie?
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Weber,
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey,
Yes.
Mr. Gribble,
Yes.
Mr. Richard,
Yes.
Mr. Strickler,
Yes.
Mr. Watkins.
Yes.
Suspension of the rules passes. Now, on to pass ordinance 2026-27. I need a motion. Mr. Watkins makes the motion. Mr. Strickler seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Watkins,
Yes.
Mr. Strickler,
Yes.
Mr. Weber,
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey,
Yes.
Mr. Brown,
Yes.
Mr. Gribble,
Yes.
Mr. Richard.
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is ordinance 2026-28. Julie?
Ordinance number 2026-28, entitled an ordinance requesting the trustees of the Egbert M. Freeze Foundation to distribute income therefrom to the city of Galion for the purposes outlined herein and declaring an emergency.
We had a meeting with, what was the board called?
Freeze advisory.
Would you like to,
No, we went to the committee on this.
I'm sorry?
So we did go to committee.
Oh, I'm
We did
sorry.
go to committee. where it's at.
Okay.
This is just allows funding for some of these, and you probably see like the playground project, but there's also going to be accessibility terms, right? So the public will be able to use the user agreements for these projects. So it's not just given free, so they can just, do what they want with it. But people will be able to use the parks. I don't know.
It's a special needs.
It is a special needs
Special
park,
needs
and if
thing.
anyone's ever seen it out there, it's pretty great. It's a fantastic thing for those kids, so.
And some of the, during the summer, there's that PB&J.
Yes.
So you might wonder, who's going to use that? Well, if the word gets out amongst those parents, there's another opportunity to serve that particular community. Yes, sir.
Just one comment and one question. Comment being, as you look at this, we're hitting all the parks. So in the past, we may have concentrated more on another park versus another. I mean, we have Heisey, we have East, we have South, we have playground mulch for all the parks. Fisher Building, Park Square, Reservoir. I mean, we're covering everything within the community. Second part of my question, do we have a time frame as far as when these, is there like a project time frame set up for when things be completed?
No, there's not, but it's to get started on it as soon as possible. There's a lot of money here that's set up for maintenance and repair at all the parks. There's this combination, there's this combining, if you talk about the playground mulch, it's taken $40,000 of this year's money and $13,500 from a couple of years ago and combining that to do the safety mulch and stuff. I really start working on these things as soon as we can. Getting benches fixed and graffiti taken care of at Heisey Park and working with the street department to get the drainage problems at East Park. And, really try to look at across the board what's going on and try to get some of these things done. The replacement of the west wall behind the gazebo, the Spectrum building, which is the city's wall. If anybody has any questions about that? But getting that repaired, actually removed and replaced is the idea with brick, and then moving forward with the potential mural. I certainly will answer any questions. These are all estimates. There's no, outside of the $5,600 for the ground, the mixing for the softball fields out of Pico and the $55,000 for the playground equipment. The rest of this is kind of an estimate, and that's how it was presented to the foundation. That's how it will be presented to the Freeze Foundation. They meet on Thursday to finally approve these things. The goal is to, if you look at it, there's $516,000 that's been allocated towards this year. This is only $470,000 of that, and we may not spend all of that and all of these things. In the past, this has always been presented as a one-shot deal. The ordinance comes to council in February, March, sometime around there. It goes to the Freeze Foundation in April, and it's forgotten about. We try to put it together in a really quick manner. This doesn't mean this is all that's going to happen this year. There's a lot of other ideas that are out there, and if we have something that is feasible and doable, and we can move forward with it, then we'll come back to council. We'll come back and reallocate the money. If we don't spend it, maybe it's more money for next year. I don't know. But I'm not suggesting that. I'm just saying that not only are we working on this, but I've spent a lot of time already this year looking at the previous projects that had not been completed in the money that we had, and we're allocating that money, and we're getting purchase orders together. As an example, finishing the backstop at East Park. We have the equipment stuff. We just have to get somebody to come in and put it in. We're going to allocate that money. We're going to put the order together, get the dugout finished, get the dugouts, the flooring finished, get that done. Yes.
Do we have anybody using it? You said East Park. Do we have anybody using that field?
Not yet, but it's not usable right now.
So is there somebody requesting to use it?
I think there was a softball group that was trying to do that. Again, it's if somebody wanted to go down there today, they could certainly try. But I mean, the foul ball and potential stuff that goes back into the parking lot is there because there is no backstop. That was a project that was started and then it didn't get finished for a number of reasons. It's okay, but we're gonna get it finished. So we're gonna keep working at that. There's about $250,000 of unallocated funds that were part of projects that we're trying to get also spent. So if you really look at it, $470,000 plus another $250 is what I'm trying to spend.
Well, Brian, what I would like to say is I did see this come through in my downtime, we'll say. I made this comment a long time ago, I think before I even started sitting in this seat. We have done a lot of neglect on maintaining what we have versus let's keep building new. new doesn't even get maintained, right? We've not, I can't say maintained, but it's getting destroyed faster than we can repair it. So at some point, we do have to take a step back and say, all right, how are we going to manage and how are we going to maintain it and bring everything that we do have back up? This right here is a perfect way to do that, I feel, to spend some of that money on maintenance for once instead of not maintaining anything, but let's put another playground in somewhere. That does us no good. It's just one more thing that we can't maintain. We don't have the resources for it. So I'm glad to see that everything on here is, basically maintenance stuff. That's great, and hopefully people see that that it's not, like you said, it's not just a park, because that's been the going theme is one park, and I'm glad to see that we're making some progress on that, and hopefully other people see that as well. You're not gonna please them all. Don't even try. It's a waste of time, but you can hit a few. So
yeah, this will do some good.
Yes, it will.
Now, which committee did this come through?
Parks and Rec.
Parks?
Yeah.
So maybe a suggestion for what's left. If anyone's been on the back side of the reservoir and try to drive back there and park, I mean, it is huge ruts on the back side of the reservoir.
It's been dealt with water coming in the past.
Okay.
Because that road is for the reservoir, and yeah, it was done a couple of years ago. Not the front part of the reservoir was, the back part wasn't. And I know that they've already gone out there. We've got with Crawford, I think, construction, and they went out and done a little bit of patchwork to try to smooth it out a little bit. It is what it's difficult out there because do you pave it? Do you not pave it? Do you chip and seal it? Do you stone it? What do you do with it? And we haven't had any rain here the first part of the year, so it hasn't washed anything out. So we're working on that's certainly something we've talked about, and I know that Andy's working on trying to keep that, even though it's his service department is watching that road and stuff. So if you look, Mr. Weber might like this. The pavilion out there is up, and we're waiting for the weather to break so they can pour the concrete. And
It looks great. It looks really good.
Yeah. So we're seeing some progress.
Yeah. Love it. I do have a couple, unless you. So I do have just a couple things. We did, so the Avita project was on advisory board last year as well, and it was one of the things that was taken off because of the usage agreement factor and how many usage agreements, where this is a slippery slope. We have one, we established it, but for the school it makes sense. The conversation that we had before was it's with the school first of all. It's not with a company. It's with the school, and it's in the Heisey Park. It's in the park. We're using our current park. It's properties intertwined, and that's the reason why the usage agreement made sense. For this, we thought, does a usage agreement make sense? How many other people are going to want a usage agreement for every church that's in town that wants a playground? Is that, that's I'm just telling you that that's the conversations and where it went. So at that time we said, we appreciate Avita doing what they're doing. We think it's fantastic that they're doing it, but they need to do it. That's what we decided at the time. So.
I mean, back that has out. I mean, I have little ones, and if I lived in that neighborhood, I would not let my child ride down Harding Way on a bicycle and get to Heisey Park across Portway. So it makes some kind of park access on that end of town. Crossing Portway is extremely dangerous for any kid on a bicycle of a younger age, and I think that to make that available.
I would agree with that, but I think it also is making the argument because that's the neighborhood that I've lived in, and where this playground will be located, that's also very dangerous to walk through the.
Yeah. Well, you're right. There's no
not a single side.
How do you get to it? Yeah, how do you get to it?
Yeah, but it's more of a shorter distance, and then obviously crossing Portland and going Harding now. That it's just, I don't see problem. I honestly, I've done work on that beauty buildings back there in the years past and seen the children that use that playground. and it is, it's definitely beneficial. So there's nothing, I see nothing, it's a very positive thing to help out with. I think so.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that everybody's aware that they applied for it last time and denied it last time and why. I think the application last time was for the full funding of the playground, if I remember right. But I was on the advisory board and not seeing, so that's why I know about it. But the other thing that I wanted to mention is on the wall with the mural. I think it's fantastic. Mr. McNew will be very pleased. He's reached out to me a number of times over the last year or longer.
I can assure you that there's been at least 7 or 8 emails between the McNew family and myself since January 1st.
Okay.
They are fully aware of what's going on. He's very supportive of what's going on. I've talked to him about, if we take the wall down, can we cap it? We put a capping on that would attach to their wall, and he's like, absolutely. They want to make sure that their wall is secure and safe too. So, and if this passes, I'm gonna make sure that I communicate with the family again to let them know all the way across. Because the idea would be to put our solid brick on and probably match the same color in the face of their building. Mm-hmm. If you look, and then you got the fake brick that goes around the side, but make it all look the same, and it kind of will also be in, I hate to say compliance, but in the same mode as our design review at Uptown is going to keep the same mode. We could simply put concrete block on there, and that just doesn't work to me. It'd be a great mural piece, but it doesn't work.
I assumed that you were communicating with him because I hadn't heard from him for 2 or 3 months, and so no news is good news. This way I look at those things, so I appreciate that. I think that's great that we found a solution that suits all parties. He's the owner of the building. We own the wall, he owns the building. So.
And I think we'll have to, because I kind of agree with what Eric was saying about being careful about slippery slopes with usage agreements. I really do, because now that opens the floodgate for anybody that wants to put in playground equipment to put together a usage agreement. And also, with what you're saying about the neighborhood, this is kind of on the far west end of town, so I don't see kids traveling from the east end of town unless they're traveling by automobile to use the stuff. So I think we'll have to do a really good job of keeping the word out there that there's a usage agreement and you're welcome to use this, even though it's not in a city park or on city property.
Well, I think to those concerned, it can be a slippery slope. I agree with that statement, but I think also that I look at what it's going to accomplish in this case, and I think we have to be, as a community or as council, mindful of when this comes up again, because it'll come up next year and the year after and the year after, what we're going to think or want in any of these agreements. And for the people that don't understand maybe what we're talking about is that the freeze funds are public money. Anytime you're not obliged to, I'm going to use that term, to match it with a private unless there's some type of usage agreement involved. The advantage is, and we've used it, I think in this case, I think it would be beneficial to the community. My hats off to the administration. I think it's a good idea that we're not using up the funds right now, so to speak, that we have some little extra, because there's things that happen all year round, and or new idea, something comes up, I think it's great. So I think we should pass this thing on so we can get it to the freeze advisory board and get her going.
I'll make a motion to suspend rules.
Mr. Strickler makes the motion to suspend the rules on ordinance 2026-28. Mr. Richards seconds. Joy?
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Suspension, motion carries unanimously. I need a motion to pass ordinance 2026-28. Mr. Woodmansey makes the motion. Mr. Brown seconds. Julie, roll call.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Next is ordinance 2026-29.
Ordinance number 2026-29, entitled Ordinance Authorizing the City of Galion to participate in the 2026 ODOT Winter Contract for Road Salt and declaring an emergency.
Discussion.
You want to hear the discussion on this? Pass it now before it keeps going up. There's no discussion on that. You have one option. You pass it now, or it jumps and we wait another round. You guys choose on that one, but it's not going down, and it's not going to happen. It's not going to go down. It's not going to go away, and it's got to happen, or somebody else can explain
It's
it.
an annual thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's not like it's.
We might not be done using it.
What's that?
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I will make that motion. Get this thing moving.
Mr. Woodmansey makes the motion to suspend the rules, and Mr. Watkins seconds the motion. Julie, roll call.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously. Now I need a motion to pass ordinance 2026-29. Mr. Gribble.
I'll make that motion.
All right. And a second, I saw Mr. Strickler's hand up, so we'll put him down a second. Roll call.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Motion passes unanimously.
When that bill comes in, you guys are gonna be like, are you kidding me? It's crazy.
We'll be thanking you, Mr.
No, you won't be thanking me. You'll be a lot pissed off people, but what it is.
Next.
Yeah, as long as we can even get it, that's the other problem.
Resolution 2026-11.
Resolution number 2026-11, entitled Resolution Providing for Future Maintenance by the City of Galion of various streets within the city limits as presented in the legal descriptions and maps as hereby attached. These are for Keller Drive and Nis Drive.
Nikki explained this pretty well.
Yeah, we just listed it. I mean, this is out by Sleep Inn and Valero, but the streets were never dedicated back to the city. Normally, once developed, and it's done by our specs, and then they turn the streets over for us for maintenance and repair for the rest of its tenure. But this takes care of those two drives.
So were
He
they,
built them, so that's why we're.
so were they privately being maintained, like plowed and stuff?
Probably not.
Okay, I was curious, because I mean that,
No, but this
just say no and keep it under that, yeah.
No, we built these, that's why it
This is
doesn't get done, because we
housekeeping
built
kind of
them.
stuff, so.
Well, I know, like, if you go into subdivision, there's several, and that are being built over in Ontario. When they're being built, until they hand them to the city,
And the city
they're all
accepts them.
privately
Yeah,
maintained and plowed, and then at that point, that's why I was wondering if we missed the bill on that one.
Yeah, we built Hesby too, and we had to do this same thing for Hesby,
Okay.
so.
Mr. Woodmansey, I don't believe they were maintained. I think it was just.
Yeah, perfect. I love it. I love it.
I can't answer that. I would assume that we had.
It's a good turnaround spot anyway.
Any other discussion? Mr. Brown?
I make a motion to suspend the rules for resolution 2026-11 and move it to a final reading.
Mr. Brown makes the motion for rule suspension. Second by Mr. Weber. Julie?
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Motion carries unanimously. Now we need a motion to pass Resolution 2026-11. Mr. Strickler makes the motion. Mr. Gribble seconds. Roll call.
Mr. Strickler?
Yes.
Mr. Gribble?
Yes.
Mr. Richard?
Yes.
Mr. Watkins?
Yes.
Mr. Weber?
Yes.
Mr. Woodmansey?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
All right. Resolution passes. It's the end of legislation. Anything for other business?
I just have one quick thing. Ms. May slid over to me a copy of a letter for 501c3, so I just wanted that to go on the record.
Great. Anything else?
Committee meeting's coming up next Wednesday, so there's 3 committees. If you have information for your committees, we will have some stuff with finance, I know. I think the health department's going to present their annual report to police, fire, and health. And then, what's the other committee? Economic development?
Finance, yeah.
Yeah. So if you have stuff, get it to Julie by Friday so we can get it out.
I have a question. So initially I had possibility of paying the light post in the park, and we took that out of my committee. Do we know which committee that goes
I
to?
don't think it should go to any committee. I truly don't.
Not to discuss or anything?
It's maintenance.
Yeah,
That's what
I mean, we can bring it up.
I was just curious, because I didn't know.
I just want to clarify, the committee meetings are a week from tomorrow.
Correct.
Did I
Did I
say
say
tomorrow?
tomorrow night?
Pardon?
Did I say tomorrow night?
No, but my calendar says tomorrow night, for some reason.
Oh, did I fix it?
22nd.
I don't know, you sent out something different?
Did I say, is that your calendar or the calendar I
My
sent out?
calendar.
Okay, yeah.
That's
'cause-
why I asked the question that I did. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but so if you set it as the 3rd Wednesday in your calendar, then it's gonna come up as tomorrow.
Right, yeah,
but it's
that's why we
actually-
asked if everybody was okay with that.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah.
I'll delete that. Thank you.
What is this, the eyeball?
Yeah, I think it happens twice a year.
If Wednesday is on the first of the month, you're gonna catch 3 of them before.
I remember setting something out, it's like, it didn't bother me.
I think it happens two or 3 times. I've changed them all and they'll all be corrected, you know, when they were advertised, it was advertised for the 22nd.
Okay, thanks.
Right. Anything else? If not, Ms. Wade?
Yes, I wanted to give you some good news. The revenue is right on target. We're through the first quarter of the year, and the revenue shows that we have reached 22.22 or 25.22% of the estimated revenue. So we're right on target. Again, it should be at 25%. We're at 25.22. I did review the expense report, and things are in line, but it looks a little tight on salaries and health insurance. But I think you budgeted, 3% for raises, and the union's got 4%, so that'll kind of need some adjustment at the end of the year.
Yes.
So,
As well as some of the members changed insurance policy or plans after the budget, so yeah. There will be, we'll have to come back for.
yeah, and this health insurance thing, I'll try to put together a little bit more information on that, because obviously that's a big ticket item and very difficult for all kinds of employers, not just us. But the good news is that everything's on target and the expenses look good, except tight in the salaries and fringe area.
Ms. Pittman?
I do have a question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ms. Wade, is, when Mr. Satterfield was in the role, he was providing to us, at each council meeting, a copy of like the expense statement. It kind of shows where we, what we spent, what we have left, and if things are over or under in each line item. Just a summary. It was a 1-pager, and I was just hoping maybe, is that something that you could provide? And maybe Mr. Satterfield could give you a sample so that you could don't have to recreate the wheel by any means. but-
I printed out the entire report, so you just printed out the last.
Printed out the last page of the expense report, last page of the revenue report, and then both pages of the statement of cash.
Okay,
So-
so I mean, I can give you that tonight, I've got it with me.
Oh, if you have copies, that'd be great.
Yeah, I can get you copies,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, don't print something, well, next week's fine too, but if you have it already, you can give it to us.
I give it to you now, or give it to you next council meeting.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Pittman? Mr. Bear?
Three things. One, for the benefit of the elected, I want to remind you, if you haven't already done so, the financial disclosures are coming due next month. With the exception, I know Treasurer Pittman and I spoke, hers was due 15 days after her appointment, which we addressed at the time. But I know it's one of those easy gotchas that you can forget that you don't want to mess up.
May 15th is when they're due.
Two, I've had a few questions. I know we normally don't delve into partisan politics, but I've had a couple questions, partially because I have a primary. I am on the Republican Central Committee for Galion 2B, and I am also the wall director. I'm able to hold both positions at the same time. I know there's been a little bit on Facebook. If I'm retained there, I still continue to do both things. I'll still be wall director, so there's no questions there. If anyone's curious, I'll poke it up for a little bit of humor. If anyone's thinking I'm not educated, I'm happy to show you my Ohio State degree, my law degree, and the fact that I've been approved quite a few times to do continuing education for fellow attorneys. The last one's a bit of a PSA, because I keep on getting these cases. Car accidents happen. Stay. Do not flee. The police come. If you have a minor accident, it is a minor misdemeanor. If you flee, it's a misdemeanor of the first degree. The difference of $150 fine max versus possible 180 days in jail. And if you think you're avoiding an OVI or something like that, you're going to do even more for the hit skip. It isn't worth it. I'm probably getting at least one or two of these a month. If you have an accident, call the police and stay.
Mr. Mayor?
I'll try to keep it to 3 like Mr. Bear did. Nikki and I had a conversation, a virtual meeting with ODOT regarding the overpass, the Church Street overpass. You heard at the end of last year, we secured $6.5 million of an $8 million project in grant. The project is almost doubled. We're looking at other options. So the 29 option for replacing the entire deck of the overpass is going to be put on hold. But we are working with ODOT to try to come up with potentially getting additional funding for the 2030 cycle. But we were figuring out how to come up with $1.5 million of this project, and now we got to come up with $5.5 million. And so pause, but not out of the woodwork yet. But I just wanted to let you know what's going on. On a slightly bit of good news is the 2024 audit is finally complete. Ms. Wade and I are reviewing the documents that were sent by the state, and we will forward that off to you as soon as everything is signed off and is ready to go, and make it public for everybody to see if they want to see that. So, very hopeful that the 2025 audit will be complete before 2027. It's problematic in that if there are findings or there are concerns that you're finding it out too late and you can't fix it. And that's what I found as the auditor, and I think we're working hard to get that done. And shoot, we're 3/4 of the way through our gap already for 2025. So it's moving forward and it's moving in the right direction. The last thing I want to say is thank you. And thank you on behalf of the employees. Because I think you are sending a clear message that getting them the tools that they need is important. We stressed that at the beginning of the year. We stressed that at the budgetary process, and you're showing it with the dump trucks, the street sweeper, and the backhoe, and the equipment that they need to do their job. And I firmly believe that is a direct relation to employee morale. And it starts with you guys and this council. And I want to thank you for doing that, because even though it was budgeted, you very easily could have said no. I've seen it happen. But thank you, and I will pass it on. I mean, I've had several conversations with several departments, and making sure that they are aware that we are trying to get them what they need to do their job, and the fact that you are following through with that is going to go a long way. So thanks.
If I may, just the way you worded it, I know the audit report came out when we talked about findings. These are more procedural things. They are not the findings for recovery that were of much greater concern. I just want to make sure that's exceedingly clear. So, yes.
I have nothing, and I need a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
For adjournment. Mr. Weber makes the motion, Mr. Watkins seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.
Well,
8:35.
just so everyone knows, I